We are back in the Maker Lab at Microcenter, and today we have the all-new Bambu Lab H2D, their latest, greatest, largest offering in the Core XY format. This printer has been long rumored and long awaited, but we're going to take a look today at a few things that make this printer special, and we'll go over some of the basic specs that you always want to know when looking for your next or first 3D printer. Let's get started. You probably all know by now that this is going to be Bambu's largest printer to date that does 300 by 320 by 325 tall. That's if you're using the dual nozzle system. We'll talk more about that later. If you go to a single nozzle, you can get 325 by 320 by 325, and the max you can get totally is around 350 by 320 by 325. So knowing that this uses a dual nozzle system means that it's not coming from a single point anymore, it can come from 2 points. And because of that, you have to allow for the offset of either of those nozzles. Many IDEX printers were similar to this, but they were independent and they could move around, but they would still take up the space. Even over 10 years ago now, with the Replicator 2 from MakerBot, you had 2 nozzles and that would somewhat take down your space, but it was nowhere near the bed volume of this. The interesting thing about the 2 nozzles is that one of them is always stationary and the other one moves up or down depending on whether it's in use or not. This is going to allow for quicker filament swaps, especially if you're using the all-new AMS2 Pro. Now, the AMS2 Pro learns a lot from the first AMS that came with the X1C, and there are now included vents to allow air to come through and essentially keep a good flow. There's some other benefits. I think switching out some of the tubes is a little bit easier if you run through those. And ultimately, you can hook up a daisy chain, a number of them, just like you could on the old one. And I believe it's even, it will work retroactively on machines such as the X1C with the appropriate upgrade kit. Stay tuned to the channel for more on that later. What starts to get interesting is how you route the filament and which filaments you're routing. One of the big things that a lot of people wanted to do with the Bambu X1C, the P1S, all of these machines was incorporate TPU. And while they could print TPU through the external filament, it would never quite work out so that you could do a mix, right? Because the TPU wouldn't go through the AMS so much. Now, having 2 nozzles, you can essentially load up what would be, I believe, the right extruder with your TPU, and then have the left extruder be all the other filaments that you're going to use. Maybe you have some support material so that you can print PETG and then use PLA as your support material or some other dissolvable support material. You could also do that where you have this be your support material and then all of your other materials coming through the other extruder. You can run 2 external spools. I believe there are 2 mounts for that, and I've seen pictures. I think the base setup that most people are going to use out of the box is going to be the AMS2 Pro plus this side filament holder to do these kind of new combinations of filament. So the included nozzle is a 0.4 millimeter nozzle. That's standard. Like the other Bambu printers, this will accept from 0.2 up to 0.8 millimeter nozzles. This is the first one of their enclosed Core XY printers to have a toolless nozzle swap. That is so to say that you do not have to even use an Allen wrench. Basically, you take off the silicone sock and you undo a latch and you can put the new nozzle in. It even comes with a new nozzle and silicone sock in the toolbox, so you're ready to go if you have to swap it out. When it comes to temperature, the hardened steel nozzle can go up to 350 degrees Celsius. Again, that's going to allow you to print with more complicated materials such as ASA, some of the carbon fibers, some nylon, obviously ABS, and you'll be able to do that really well here. In terms of the chamber temperature, you can keep it at an active 65 degrees Celsius. That's also going to help with those more complex filaments that require more heat. What's really cool though is that for the filaments that don't require that, you no longer have to keep your door slightly ajar. You can keep the door closed. Little vent right up here will actuate depending on the type of filament you use. and so will the vents on the back of the machine. What we wanted to show you here was that there is an LED status bar at the bottom of the bed, which tells you any number of things, including how far you are on the print, whether there's an error, whether it's finished, whether it's printing. That's really cool. That's, you know, if you're gonna build a farm out of these, you're gonna have a lot of these, and you need to be able to look quickly across your room and see the status of your printers. Are they still printing? That's a pretty cool feature. Comes with probably one of the best plates ever, and that's the Bambu textured PEI plate, the gold one at that. There's any number of, I think it's like something like 15 sensors in this machine that are looking at anything and everything, from how tensioned the belts are, to the camera, you know, the flow of the filament. We're kind of used to all that at this point, in the idea that like, they're just gonna keep adding more, better, more, better, more, better. But what I think is really cool is the active belt tensioning. So traditionally with printers, you would maybe take a look at tensioning your belt, you know, once every 6 months to a year, or just making sure to check on it. Here you don't have to do that, and that's kind of cool. All right, so we've just finished this print of the dog paw 2-color. Honestly, at this point, this is a very, very simple multicolor print. We're not mixing per layers. We're just using 2 different colors, and one from the external spool and one from the AMS2 Pro. With a color change, this only took about 15 minutes. I'm pretty sure that even on printers 2 or 3 years ago, this would have been at least a half an hour print. Not even considering the fact that we didn't have color swapping as easily as we do now with the Bambu system and others. 15 minutes for this, not bad. There are any number of ways in using the H2D that you can optimize your time and your filament swaps based on where you place your filaments and what you're doing. The one recommendation we had was basically have your primary color filament on the external, and then have any of your secondary color filaments on the internal. So whatever you're printing with most, keep it on the outside. And then up here, you'll be printing with the accent colors, or things that get swapped less, let's say. That basically just allows the machine to be printing with this and kind of respooling up here on the other colors. This machine now totes 1,000 millimeters per second. So we've gained quite a bit of speed. I'll be honest, this thing is big, it's heavy, and it kind of needs to be to go that speed. So we're excited that it can do that now. Again, that's helping to reduce the time. And then in terms of using your filament wisely, you're also reducing the time between swaps. All right, so gone are the days that you have to hook up your own screen on the 3D printer. This thing comes pre-hooked up, and you can see it has a nice rotation there. We can see things like our filaments that are loaded in, what types they are, which one's currently loaded, even externally. We can see the actual humidity in the AMS2 Pro versus just like a couple of lines or not. You can start a drying session, which is really cool as well. In some of the menus, it will have kind of like what will look like a URL where you tap on it, and it gives you a larger explanation or a larger rundown of what it's doing. So let's go back to home. We'll walk you through the basics of printing a file, although honestly at this point, it's pretty straightforward. We're gonna print files. Let's see what we have on here. Oh, we could do the second spool holder. That's interesting. Oh, there's a bunch of time changes. You gonna take 1 hour and 17 minutes? Okay. And we can actually do that? Okay, let's do a panda. Why so blue, Panda Bear? Let's see. PLA, he's gonna be a gray and blue Panda Bear or a black and blue Panda Bear? What do you think, Kevin? Or should we load white?
Blue on black.
Blue on black? All right. This is Kevin's blue on black Panda Bear. So we're gonna select in our AMS unit, the black, and we are gonna select our only option because it's external and it's not another AMS, the blue. We're gonna hit print. You can see the light starts loading up, and you can see the beginning of this status bar here. I believe, hey, how are you doing? I believe this indicates that it's kind of in the getting started process. Because we're using PLA, we saw it just open this vent, and it probably will yell at me, which it is. The little robot man's not happy that the door is open. So let's go ahead and close that, and little robot man should be happy. He's so happy. If you get two X's in your AI assistant's eyes, you click on it to see what they are. For instance, it knows when the door is open. Again, just what you're seeing here on the image is it's just fun. You see an actual representation of the printer with where the hot end is at, where the bed is at, or where it's going rather, and then where the different sides of the hot end are. So I think that 31C is actually the chamber temperature. And again, the chamber temperature can be maintained at 65 degrees Celsius. And then the bed temperature is set for 55 or on its way already. Here's what I was talking about in terms of the URLs that you can click on. So it's doing a lot of stuff right now, but rather than bore you with the details, it just shows you nice pictures. If we want to see the details, we can tap on changing on that URL right there, and we can see that it's already gone through the cooling of the chamber, the homing of the hot end. We're in the changing of the filament right now. It's got to pull out that gray that we used from the dog paw and replace it with the black. And then it's going to do all of these 8 steps and start printing. All right, so if you're as excited as we are about this new Bambu Lab H2D, make sure to get down to your local Micro Center to check it out. Please check the website for stock and availability first though. And once you get to Micro Center, make sure to talk to one of our knowledgeable associates or our 3D champs, and they'll get you hooked up with everything you need to get started, including some awesome inland filament. All right, leave in the comments below what you're most excited about for the Bambu Lab H2D, and we will see you next time in the Maker Lab at Micro Center.